Hi guys, Happy New Year and welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are now on episode 2 of the Healthy Swap for 2020. So today's recipe, we are going to be recreating or healthifying the Philly cheesesteak. And I know there are a lot of groans and a lot of moans because everybody's way is either right or wrong. Well, there's no right or wrong answer on this channel. It's just gonna be the way that I interpret the Philly cheesesteak and the bread and how the cheese and the peppers and the onions and the steak. So this is my take on it and how we're gonna healthify this meal. But before you join me in the kitchen, guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would be ever so grateful if you did that on all my videos. So what you need for this recipe is 6 slices of provolone cheese. You need a pound of flank steak. You can use beef stir fry. Anything that's sliced up thinly, you're gonna need that type of steak, or whatever steak you guys wanna use, you're gonna need that. And I don't wanna hear any groans about how Philly cheesesteaks only use a certain type of steak. We're not here to argue. I have 3 green bell peppers. Guys, if you don't have green, the multicolors work too. I hacked these, took the seeds out, and took out any core pieces that may be interfering the process of stuffing bell pepper. You also need Italian seasoning of your choice, a whole large red onion, salt and pepper, and olive oil. You'll also need something that's oven proof in a 9x13 so you have space to get everything out. You'll also need either a electric skillet or your stovetop with a large skillet so it can house. So this is what you'll need for today's recipe, and we're gonna jump right in and I'm gonna take you through the processes of how to make Chef Jay's healthy version of Philly cheesesteak. All right, so the first thing you wanna do is drop in olive oil. Go ahead and drop your red onion in. And then what you want to do is make sure you season it with salt and pepper. You do want to season your vegetables. At this particular point, if you want to add any additional vegetables, like if you want to add in like a sweet pepper, if you want to add in a mushroom, now is the time to go ahead and add that in here. They pair very well with this. My recipe is at its simplest form. Sweet peppers, which I know a lot of people talk about, you can add those in here too. So if you want to add more veggies into here, perfect timing to do this right now. So you're gonna let these break down for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then we'll head on to the next step. And then if you're wondering, when you cut your onions or you slice your onions, they're still in big chunks, do not be concerned about that. They will break apart if you cut all the way through. Same thing if you're using other vegetables as well too. If you are vegetarian, and you want to just do a vegetarian option of this, skip the step of where the meat comes in, take all your vegetables and stuff it as normal and then cover with cheese. That's your vegetarian option of a Philly cheesesteak. So it makes it really simple. The healthified version of this recipe is that it is lower carb. There is no bread. We know the cheese has some carbs, and we do know that some vegetables have carbs. So it is on the lower end of the spectrum of having low carb recipes. If you want to make it vegan, then just leave the dairy cheese off, or another option for you is to substitute it out with vegan cheese, because it does exist, guys. All right, so as you can tell right now, my onions are breaking down. They're a little charred, have a little brown, and we're just gonna give them probably another minute. I tend to like my onions to break down a lot more than most. So again, cook your onions at the pace, or cook them at the way that you want them. If you want them broken all the way down, it may take a little bit longer time. If you like them a little crunch, now would be the time, 1 to 2 minutes, that you would go ahead and do that as well too. All right, so choose your steak. It's like choosing your options when you're making your stuff. And you're just gonna go ahead and drop your actual steak, your sliced steak in here, okay? What I like to do with my steak, since we're in here, we're gonna go ahead and add it in, is go ahead and season it with the salt and pepper again. Your onions are still cooking, guys. We do not like bland meat around here. Make sure you season appropriately. Okay? I tend to not cook my steak all the way through. That's personal to me. If you like it well done, you can do that too. But how you cook your steak is truly up to you. This recipe, I tend to cook it until I see very little pink, right? So that's just me personally. But if you want it well done, there is nothing the matter with that. And then the next thing we're going to do, and this thing is we're going to go ahead and add our Italian seasoning. You can make your own, you can buy it, but we're going to go ahead and sprinkle that in as it's cooking. And this will give it the remaining flavor because what? We don't like bland meat. We want to make sure it's flavored. All right. So just go ahead and give that a good stir. Smells so good over here, guys. And we're just going to cook it until we see a little pink. And you can go ahead and give that a good mix because your onions are still breaking down. So this is going to take another 2 to 3 minutes. And then we will move on to the next step of stuffing our Philly cheesesteaks, right? No bread, low carb. All right, guys, we are back. And so this is the next to the best part, last part for me is that we get to stuff these things pretty heavy. All right, so I'm just gonna stuff with meat and onion. I'm just gonna, and guys, do not be scared to stuff these and use your hands. It is okay that it is falling out. It's okay. They're gonna cook and it's gonna be great. Guys, if you have any leftover, which I'm sure I will because I like to cook extra meat, do not be afraid to what? Slice another bell pepper, or you can harvest the rest of this and put it on a salad for another day. You can put it in a baked potato. I'm giving you these things for free. It's no problem. But these are just tips that you can do with anything that you don't have that's left over. Most of my recipes are meant for doubling or tripling. So they are proof that you can double and triple them up so you don't have to do the math to make it do anything else. I'll say there are a lot of recipes that you cannot do that with, but these recipes are safe to do that with. And then once I am done stuffing, 2 things can happen here, guys, with your cheese. Do you love cheese at the bottom or do you love cheese on top? I'm a cheese on top person. So I literally just take all my cheese and melt it on top so I can have it almost in every bite. If you are one of those people that like an equal amount of cheese, like when you're eating, or you like to have something at the bottom of something, then you can slice these cheese slices in half. You can put half of it on the bottom and half of it on top. That's always another option for you. But guys, get creative though. You know, there's no right or wrong answer for when you're eating. We're already healthifying things. Let's try to find other fun ways to help our food. And I feel like these are fun ways that you can do that. All right, so we've got them pretty stuffed. I do have some leftovers, not a big deal. I'm gonna take the provolone cheese and I'm just gonna lay it on top. They're laying already flat, so I don't have any problems, and I just lay it right on top. And that's it. All right, to the oven, guys, 350, 30 minutes. I'll see you back here in 30. We are out the oven, 350, 30 minutes and done. This is my take on a healthy Philly cheesesteak. Again, guys, super easy, super simple, very few ingredients, and then you're ready to eat. So the cheese has gotten bubbly, golden brown, and ready to go. And so I'm going to get my plate and my knife, and we're gonna plate this and cut directly into it. Okay. And it should be juicy. All the juices should be pouring out, and then all cheese. All right, so we are cut and ready to go. We have a good slice of bell pepper, some meat, cheese, and it is ready to go and ready to eat. All right, guys, thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you back in episode 3 of the Healthy Swap 2020. Talk to you later.